Welcome in, Joe and Amanda.
A few years ago, back in 2015, I was studying for a test for work. And after the test, I was like, you know what? I don't want to let all the study time go to waste. So I started reading this Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, and it just blew my mind. It was like, a lot of these concepts are so simple. Like, how come like no one ever taught me this in school? And then from there, I ended up taking a small real estate investors class. And after the class, we learned a lot. But after the class, it was like, all right, kids, see you later. And there was no community, there was no like responsibility, but we were still hungry. So it was reading books and listening to podcasts, which was great. And then we started buying about one house a year, getting lines of credit and stuff like that. And eventually we had a few properties and we was like, we need more. We need to figure out how to scale this, how to be around people that we could bounce ideas off of and, really take our business to the next level. Like, we went from buying one house a year to last year, we bought 12 units. This year, we're looking to buy 18 and keep it going. Amanda has a property management company now, and we're really pushing it to hopefully retire sooner than later.
Remind us again, how did you find the property? Let's go into that.
This one we actually found on the MLS, and they agreed because they just wanted it gone, and we solved their problem, and we were compensated for it.
These are pictures when you first got it, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was our clawfoot tub with only 2 clawfoots.
This is when work got started, I guess, when you guys started work on the property as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we like to renovate them. So this way, when tenants are in it, they get a better quality unit. And then also, I don't have to hear, oh, the floors are cracking. Oh, this is chipped. Oh, that it's fixed and nice and new, and tenants are happier that way.
Okay. Nice.
But that's the goal, to spend more time with family and have your investments pay for your lifestyle. And through your hard work, instead of working hard for another company, you could work hard for yourself. Like with this project, work hard for 4 months and the property keeps paying you and paying you and paying you every month.
You know what's crazy? Listen to like the way you speak over time, from the first property to now. Like, what do you think attributes to the way that you know all these things? Like tell us a little bit about that process.
Being part of the community definitely helps because you could bounce ideas off of people. You could also see people that are actually doing it, instead of people online that are just talking about it. And oh, this guy's really doing it. I could do that too. Or this guy's doing this. That might be a good idea. I can do that. But definitely on the inspection, the first thing, the real estate red flags definitely helped me a lot. The negotiations helped me when they came back saying that the deal fell through. I was able to quickly use the negotiation class to get the property at a cheaper price and move fast on it, and then dealing with the taxes and everything was great because I could put that into the plan I have for taxes. And just, just trying to just put it all together with the essentials. But there's other things like with credit that we use. Like we use lines of credit to buy these properties, and there's just so many other things. Because the more classes you take, the more you realize you could put a piece of this class and a piece of that class in the same deal, and try to just make your own way.
I know you guys were doing real estate prior to taking the classes. How would you say taking the classes, being part of a community has changed your business and what you're
100% has it changed your business. I think the community alone is, I think, what I needed. The education is what gave me the confidence to realize, hey, wait, we are doing what's right. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And then to have the community is amazing. So to have a community of people that can sit there and tell you, reassuring, because what you're doing is right, but to have other people that are like-minded, because you're built of the people that are like-minded like you. And that helps you build what you're trying to go for. So the community is what, by far, that's what Joe and I feel we needed. Or at least I felt we needed. And that's what was lacking before we met this community.
So what was your challenge before joining the community that the community solved for you?
So we didn't have a community. We had nobody to go to. So in the very beginning, so Joe and I started this in 15, and it was Joe's, and I always say it was Joe's dream. It was not mine. And Joe told me, this is what we're supposed to do. This is how we're going to do it. My whole thing was, I'm not missing a mortgage payment on my house. My kids are going to still be fed. As long as it doesn't affect that, I didn't care. You could do what you want with the money, babe. That's how I was. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have anybody to say, yeah, Amanda, this is how we do it. I didn't have the reassuring. I didn't have, even in schooling, because we took education classes. Once we finished, the education was like, all right, go do real estate, and you were on your own. So I felt it was just, you didn't have the backing, and the backing is what helps. This community, you can bring a property to masterminds, and people can sit there, and what I love is the honesty. And I appreciate that. Or you can bring a deal and everybody's like, no, that's a great idea. Keep going, go with it, run with it. The community is what I felt was what did it for me. I love this community. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, and even with that, you go to mastermind, if it's a smoking deal, you might need some capital. There's people in the community that could provide that, capital for your projects. Of course for a fee. But even if the money's expensive, if it makes you money at the end of the day, then it's all worth it. And like Warren Buffett says, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. If you're hanging out with people who are not doing nothing with their lives, you're gonna tend to lean towards that. If you're hanging around people who are, constantly trying to improve themselves and improve the lives of others, and to constantly, challenge each other in a healthy way, your mindset definitely changes. It definitely changed mine. And, we don't hang out every single day. We definitely follow each other on social media. We do hang out and we do talk on masterminds and stuff, but it's just having that community. And so you don't need to be with them every single day because we all live in different places, but to be able to honestly communicate and get together once in a while definitely gives you the confidence to push towards the next deal, to when the times get really hard and you're working on a project, you could call somebody to talk to them about, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I had that hard time once and this is how I dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
Versus you getting in your head and you're trying to figure it out and you break down.
Let's be honest, right? That's one of the big questions on most people's mind. I don't have the money to do real estate. And one thing that I love about this community and our education and training, we show people how to do deals with little to no money out of pocket. And you just proved it. A property, $230,000 and no money out of your pocket. Awesome. That's knowledge.
Definitely. That was the way so when we first started buying houses, the money was coming out of our pockets. So when Joe wanted to grow, that's where I freaked out. And I was like, no. And I think that's also why I was so standoffish. Just like when we finally got into the community, he's like, no, babe, there's ways we can do this where it doesn't touch our money. So wait, speak to me a little bit more here. Let's talk about this. As long as my money doesn't got to get touched, I still freak out when I see the bills. I had a freak out the other day where I was like, but it all works out in the end. The education itself, education makes a big deal. Like when you can sit there and say, no, I understand what I'm trying to tell you. I think that helps because I never really understood how to explain certain things. I never knew how to talk to agents or tenants or anybody, or even to like you guys. I was always nervous to talk to you guys because I was like, you guys know what they're talking about. And I sound like a little kid here that doesn't know. I'm the kid in the room where mom tells you to be quiet. That was me until I realized I had a voice and I knew what I was talking about. So that helped.